What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation expert, money mindset and fulfillment coach, and multiple six-figure entrepreneur. Come sit with me while I spill the real tea on what it's like to practice using intentional manifestation, demystify all of the woo-woo and confusing bullshit that comes along with creating the life of your dreams, and give you a realistic view of what it's like to be on a personal, spiritual, and professional growth journey. The goal of this podcast is to support and guide you towards manifesting all of your dreams, shed light on the things that people are too scared to talk about, and encourage you to become the person who gets to have it all, be it all, and do it all. I am so happy you are here. Let's fucking do this thing. What's up, loves? Welcome back to another episode of the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. Oh boy, do I have a good one for you today. This is a topic that I have been wanting to talk about for quite some time, and also that is not talked about enough when it comes to the world of manifestation, law of attraction, creating the life that you truly want, the business that you truly want, all of the areas of your life that you truly, truly want for yourself, and actually getting the result that you want with so much more speed. And this is that free resources are not going to help you manifest the life of your dreams. And while that may piss some people off to hear me say that, there's many reasons behind this, and all of them are energetic. And I want to dive into that into this podcast episode and give you some personal examples in my life so that you can truly see the power of investing in yourself, and whether that be with me or any other coach that you are interested in, or anything that you want to do in your life. It doesn't just have to be coaching. It can be a intensive course. It can be schooling. It can be a house. It can be literally anything that you want in your life. But specifically for this episode, we are talking like educational purposes and manifestation, because this is one of the most honestly frustrating things that I see with a lot of the people that I get to engage with, is that they're not willing to invest in themselves because they're fearful of releasing the money. They feel as though they need to know that they're going to get the result that they want in order to make the investment. They feel as though they can search high and low throughout all of the free resources on the internet in order to get the information to help them actually get what they want and where they're wanting to go. And while, yes, there are tons of awesome free resources out there on the internet, I provide one of them. This podcast, it goes so much further and deeper than your traditional manifestation podcast and gives you so much depth. This is just the free stuff that I put out there. This is just the free stuff. I have women messaging me all the time about how this podcast has transformed their lives and how they have seen the most radical change and incredible miracles come into their lives through listening to this podcast. And what I'm here to say is this is just the free version of that. So yes, there are incredible free resources out there, but paid resources go so much deeper than what the free stuff has to offer. And so, like I've been saying, this is a massive thing that I see in the world of manifestation with the people who get the results that they want versus the people who don't get the results that they want. So I want to break this down to the energetics of why somebody who chooses to invest in themselves receives what they are manifesting so much quicker than the person who does not pay to receive the guidance to help them get what they want. So on a very base level, every time we spend money, every time we invest in something, every time we release our money in some sort of way, that is an energetic exchange. And so that energetic exchange, when you're choosing to invest in yourself, is going to, by the law of attraction, attract things people, experiences, money, whatnot of equal or greater vibration into your life because you've been willing to release that money. So right there in and of itself, that is huge. And one of the things that I always share with the women that are interested in joining the Abundant AF Babe Academy is that essentially what happens energetically when you choose to invest in yourself is like wherever you're at right now, whatever your life looks like, whatever the things are that you are unhappy with, those things will continue to stay the same if you do not change the energy in which you are in. And what mentorship does for you, or what investing in yourself does for you, is it immediately places you into the energy of the higher version of yourself and puts you into the energetic field of that higher version of yourself to then start to attract and manifest things of like or greater vibration into your life. And the way that I like to picture this is like essentially you just went from like the ground level to like the fucking penthouse because you went from where you're at, what your current circumstances are, to that highest version of yourself, the version of you who already has all of the things that you want, the one who can easily and is willing to invest in themselves, put their money out there, choose to do the things that feel in alignment with them, even and especially when it's scary. And because you're doing that, there is a huge energetic difference between being on the ground level to being in the penthouse. And that energetic up level, literally just from putting that money out there, choosing to invest in yourself, having that energetic exchange, then signals to the universe that you are ready to start to receive things of higher and greater caliber. So one of the biggest complaints that I hear from a lot of women who are considering joining the Abundant AF Babe Academy is that they have been able to manifest a lot of the quote unquote small things. They've been able to manifest coffees. They've been able to manifest like a couple $100s. They've been able to manifest different circumstances happening that they've really like wanted. But when it comes to then the quote unquote big things like the dream job or the dream person, the soulmate, the dream apartment, the luxury vehicle, the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K months, like whatever income goal they have for themselves, those are the things that then feel very far out of reach. And the reason that is because there's only so much that free resources can give you before you have to invest in yourself and take yourself to a completely different energetic field. So going back to what we were talking about with like what happens energetically when you pay for a resource, what happens when you receive a free resource, you don't have any skin in the game. It's not like a do or die sort of situation where you've decided to put a couple $1,000s or multiple $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars on the line into an investment. When you choose to do that with an investment, you have skin in the game. You have a very powerful draw to do the work and to put in the energy and put the effort in to actually get the result that you want. Whereas when you have the free resources, there's not that skin in the game. There's not that money on the line. There's not the drive to then actually get you the result that you want because there's been no energetic exchange. There's been nothing that is holding you accountable to creating that shift and change for yourself. So therefore, we as humans, we're complacent. We stay in the same energy, we do the same things, unless we put ourselves into the right container that can actually help us shift those things and give us the right guidance that we also choose to invest in. So like for me, since the beginning of this manifestation journey, since the beginning of really choosing to step into and become the highest and greatest version of myself, I have worked with mentors all but the very first 2 months of my manifestation journey. Because in those 2 months, I was in this trap of trying to only use free resources and figure out how to do it on my own. Because that was one of my biggest limiting beliefs that I had from growing up, is that I needed to do it on my own. And through endlessly searching around free resources, implementing things into my life, yes, manifesting like a $5 coffee here, extra 20 bucks on the ground, whatever it is, and like not downplaying those things because those are definitely cool manifestations, but like I wanted the fucking dream life. So I made the aligned and scary as fuck decision to invest in my first manifestation coach when I had literally zero money to do so. I had $200 in my bank account. I had $70,000 of debt, and I chose to do it anyways. And this decision scared the shit out of me, but it led me to really having that skin in the game, really putting my focus, my attention into all of the things that I was learning and implementing them into my life, and had such radical transformation start to come together because of it. And then from that point, really knew that like my next step was to start my business and was to start to build this big, beautiful life that I had now, which required me to invest in another coach. And that also scared the shit out of me. I decided to invest $10,000 that I didn't have into working with my first business coach to really help me step into the energy of already having the successful business. Because that's the other thing. I could have sat, I could have waited around, I could have fucked around with all the free resources and tried to create my business without any guidance from somebody else and just all of the guidance from YouTube and articles and podcasts and whatnot. But it wouldn't have led me to the position of then being able to hit my first 10K month in business within 3 months of starting the business. I had got my investment back 3 months into starting my business. And so from that day moving forward, I've truly just continued to see that when you choose to invest in yourself, even and especially when it doesn't make sense, you get incredible results because you are putting in that energy, that energetic exchange that is actually so much more potent and is going to return a huge amount of abundance back into your life. As well as when it comes to when we are becoming the greatest versions of ourselves, when we are manifesting our dream lives, it requires us to get into alignment with the highest and greatest version of ourselves. And it's like, when I think about that version of me, when I think about that version of Kat Kozad, that bitch is rich. That bitch is a boss. She gets to have me do whatever she wants, whenever she wants to have it. And so therefore, when I am choosing to invest in things, it scares the shit out of me almost every single time because I continue to stretch myself. I continue to up level inside of it. I continue to make even like scarier and greater and more abundant investments in myself. But every single time that I do it, I'm becoming more and more in alignment with her. And that's the mindset and the embodiment and the energy that you must carry when you are wanting to manifest the things that you desire and when you're choosing to invest in something. Because I've said this on the podcast before and I'll say it again, but the two most powerful energies that we have on a daily basis is the energy of decision and the energy of belief. So when you are only investing in free resources, you don't really carry either of those two super strong energies into it. You're not making a decision that like truly feels as though it's scary. It's not a leap of faith. It's not going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to keep you right where you are. And sure, you can back it with the belief of this is going to be the thing that can guide me towards everything that I want. But without that action, it's hard for you to actually start to create that momentum inside of the universe for you to then attract what you're wanting into your life. Whereas when you're choosing to invest in the mentorship, invest in the coach, and invest in whatever it is that you desire, you're taking that action. You're making that decision to take the action, that big, scary action, and backing it with the belief of this is the thing that can guarantee that life will never look the same for me again. This is the thing that can guarantee that life, all the things that I want, all of the things that I'm divinely worthy of, all of the things that I lay in bed and dream about at night are actually becoming a part of my reality. These are the things that I am manifesting by making this decision and by continuing to show up in this energy and apply myself and learn all of the things that this mentor, this guide has for me and implementing them into my life. Then there is no alternative for me than to receive what I want. And because when you choose to make that decision and back it with the belief, then the universe starts to respond to you. Because one of the biggest things, and this is such a societal conditioning that has really taken the power away from people and put us into the position where we feel as though we have to have evidence before we can trust our intuition and before we can do the things that we want to do, is like the when I see it, then I'll believe it mentality. And that's very much so saying like, I'm waiting for the universe to give me permission to have, be, and do all of the things that I want. But like intentional manifestation doesn't work that way. It works in the way of you choose first. You give the universe permission. You give the universe permission to start to conspire in your favor and start to bring together the people, the opportunities, the experiences, the money, the abundance, the different things that will lead you to the place where you get to have all of the different things that you want. But when you operate from that, when I see it, then I'll believe it mentality, or you stick in the energy of I can only have this once it makes sense, then you are going to continue to wait. And like, that's just the cold hard truth. And this podcast is said with all the love in the world, but it's your friendly little kick in the ass to really let you know and open your eyes to the fact that like, if you want to have the dream life is not going to come from you waiting for the universe to present it to you, or you staying and playing small because you're fearful of taking action on the things that you want. The universe favors the brave. The universe favors those who choose to unconditionally pursue whatever it is that they desire in their life. And majority of the time, that shit's not going to make sense, because in our society, we have been so pulled away from our intuition. We have been, especially as women, so conditioned to not trust ourselves and to depend on external validation to tell us whether yes or no we can have something. But really stepping into this position of power inside of yourself, it's like, decide for yourself that you get to have something. You get to invest in the things that you want to invest in. You get to do the coaching programs that you want to do. You get to put that money out there for yourself because you're worth that. The greatest thing that I have ever done for myself is like continue to make investments in myself. I have made 2 incredibly scary investments in myself in the past few days, and they feel so right. And I know that they are the things that are going to take me to that next level and allow me to transcend and get even closer to this version of myself that I so clearly see and have, be, and do literally every single thing that I want. And that's like the coolest part of this journey, is that like manifestation is a game of up levels. Once you get the things that you want, you don't have to stop there. You can keep going and going and going, but that requires you to truly step into this energy of investing in yourself and putting yourself first and seeing yourself as your greatest asset, because that is where true transformation can actually come together, not only mentally and emotionally, but on that energetic level. On that energetic level where you're truly no longer allowing life and external circumstances and limitations and all of the things that could potentially hold you back to continue to hold you back. And putting yourself into the position where you are acting from that highest, greatest, wealthiest, healthiest version of yourself, who could just automatically say yes to those things, who could just swipe her credit card, who could just put the cash down, who could just say, yep, this is what I want to fucking do, and doing it. Because the more that you choose to embody that energy, the more that you are actually going to be able to receive the different opportunities that you need to manifest that life and to become her. But we cannot become her if we are acting small, if we are only depending on free resources, if we're constantly having a plan B or saying like, I hope that I can have, or maybe someday, or putting all of these like fluff and excuses in the way of you getting what you want. It's like, I've said this before on the podcast, I've done a full podcast episode on this, but you have to be unconditional in your pursuit towards your manifestations. And that means investing in yourself, even and especially when it doesn't make sense. So with all of that being said, today is the last day that you can book a call with me and apply to the Abundant AF Babe Academy 2.0. This academy, my goodness, everyone, this academy is fucking fire. It is so exciting to have the women that are joining this academy already start to see incredible shifts start to happen in their lives, even though we haven't even done the first group coaching call. That is how potent, that is how powerful the energy inside of ABA 2.0 is. And I love it too, because I'm doing it right alongside all of the women who are choosing to join. I'm doing my own coursework because I know the power of this academy and what it can help you create in your own life. So like, I do it alongside with you. Like, I'm right there for the process and helping you through the things that you are going through, because I once was in your shoes. I know what it's like to be on the other side of the screen. I know what it's like to be in your position. And I know what it takes to help you get from where you're at right now to where you're wanting to be, and being who you want to be, living that life that you want to have, and manifesting the things that allow you to get there. So like I said, today is the last day to schedule your call to apply to the Abundant AF Babe Academy 2.0 for this round. If you've listened to the podcast in the past few episodes, you know that this is a one-time offer, because the next time the door opens for the Abundant AF Babe Academy 2.0, next time I take people on, the investment is going to be going up. The tuition is going to be going up. So right now is the perfect time if you are ready to take that step and go all in on yourself and really live life from the energy of it's a fuck yes or it's a fuck no, and saying fuck yes to yourself instead of going back and forth and being wishy-washy with your energy. This is it. Like, this is it for you. And one little note on like that energy of a fuck yes versus a fuck no is like, when you're back and forth, wishy-washy, half in, half out, 1 foot out, 1 foot in with what you're choosing to do, that energy is then going to attract in wishy-washy results, half-ass results, not so much of what you want, and really put you into the position where it feels as though you aren't getting everything that you want out of it. So my philosophy always is that, like, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no. And if it is a yes, then fully fucking running with that yes and owning it and embodying it, because that potent energy then is going to be emitted out into the universe, and by the universal law of attraction, attract back in big, beautiful, abundant results, because that is the energy that you are putting out there, and that is what you are then calling back into your life. So choosing to lead your life, choosing to make these decisions, make these investments with that fuck yes energy is what is going to get you the result that you want. And yeah, that is what I have for you on this podcast episode. So I hope that makes sense in terms of why free resources, while they are incredible and while it is so nice that people provide so many incredible resources around it, they're not going to help you actually manifest the big things, the dream life, the like incredible things that you desire for yourself. They'll help you for sure, but they're not going to help you really, really get the things that you want because there isn't that energetic exchange that is going out with them. And therefore, you're not going to receive back the big, abundant energy with it. So that is what I have for you. If you are ready to join the Abundant AF Babe Academy, hit the link down below in the show notes. Apply, schedule a call with me. You can schedule a call with me past today. I'm not going to have any spots available today for you to talk with me. But look at my calendar. If there is a space on my calendar, then it is still available for the Abundant AF Babe Academy this round right here. So schedule in when works best for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them to me on Instagram. I will do my best to get back to everybody today who is needing additional information about the Abundant AF Babe Academy. But if you don't hear back from me, best thing to do regardless is to schedule in a call with me and for us to chat about what it is that you're wanting to manifest and see if this is going to be the perfect fit for you. So that's all I have. I'm sending you all of my love and I'll chat with you soon. Oh my gosh, thank you for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful to have these no bullshit talks with you. If you enjoyed today's episode or the podcast as a whole, please spread the love by leaving me a review on iTunes or sharing the podcast with others. This is how I will be able to spread more of these good vibes and be able to make more of an impact on the lives of others. And if you're not already part of all of the goodness and communities that I have to offer, check out the show notes. I have links to the different ways that I can support you on your manifestation journey and help you live a life full of more money, fulfillment, and freedom. But that is all for now. So big love and hugs, and I will chat with you soon, babe.